This playthrough is rated T for teen.
The cold, dark mountains always hold the cold, darkest secrets. Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Syberia, the world before. In the last episode, Kate left the graveyard to follow Dana some more and found out that Lenny had more to say than she realized. We also found out that the Gorin that Leon helped went back to Europe to help fight the evil powers, Brown Shadow. And, yeah, a lot of weird twists and turns, but now we're going to find out what happened to Leon and what happened to Dana while she was helping the resistance fighters. But anyway, if we check this picture here we chose so long ago.
One of Leon's paintings. He did one of me posing on the terrace that summer when we met. He even gave me the painting so I would think of him when he was in Baltair. I expect it got destroyed by the Brown Shadow when they pillaged Papa's gallery.
Alright, you get the art critic achievement for checking this thing, so.
Leon's drawing book. I recognize the mountains of Vagen in these drawings. Leon must have drawn them during his expeditions in the region.
Yeah, we've seen all these, so I can just kind of skim through
These
them.
drawings date from the summer we met, when I worked here. These landscapes don't look like they're from the Vagen region. Leon must have done these drawings when he was in Baltair with the Origin expedition. This is a drawing of the Gorons.
There you go. Huh, funny how she didn't have anything to say about that part, but whatever.
Herr Gustav housed me here when I worked at the refuge. I have so many fond memories with Leon here. When I left for London with Junta, I never thought I'd see the place again, let alone be here again with Leon.
Well, the memories will not last for long, as we all know for sure, so. And our objective is to actually go downstairs and talk to the people before fixing the radio.
The Goron's lair.
That's where Ludwig.
The Goron's lair.
That's where Ludwig stays. Ludwig. Yep. Back the way you came, Dana.
Lenny's old room. I should stay away.
After searching there last time and telling on her to Junta. Yep. Yeah, quit walking around like a drunk there, Dana.
Junta's stash. I doubt I'll find anything of use there to amplify the radio signal.
Yeah, we're actually supposed to work on the radio, but we don't want to fix it yet, because otherwise we'll lose out on some stuff, so.
So Junta never did come back to retrieve it? Not surprising, really, I suppose, given the fact that World War broke out.
War breaking out kind of makes you do a few things differently than you normally would.
What a mess. Herr Gustav must have turned Junta's dark room into a storeroom after she left.
That's what I would do, or sell her all her stuff, one of the two. Or donate it, whatever, just to get it out of the way. Yeah, we hold way too much stuff in our lives, and most of it's not even worth it, or we forget it. We buy the stuff, but then we don't even do anything with the stuff. It's a world of stuff, folks. Stop buying all that stuff. You don't need it. Otherwise, it's just gotta go into storage eventually, and then you have to pay an exuberant amount of money just to store it. Oh, no. Made it back from Vagen despite the Brown Shadow's tightening of the curfew. The hardest part was telling Franz's parents that their son had been killed in the last operation. The father was especially cut up when I told him he couldn't recover his son's body. I tried to explain that hardtack berries all are fallen in the eternal snow like a frozen cemetery, so they become one with the mountain, and rest in peace beside the fallen brothers in arms, where there's no risk of the Brown Shadow ever finding them and desecrating their graves. Anyway, even though they knew Franz knew the risks, it didn't make it any easier for them to accept his death. I tried to just reason with the father, and he finally resigned himself to just asking for Franz's effects. I don't see why we would refuse, but I've never been asked this before. So what do you think? Do you think Leon would mind? I don't think so, but...
Personal effects in a heap. Can't be a good sign.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah, weapons and stuff like that. Alright, let's go downstairs. Anything around here we can examine? Nope. Okay. Random guns everywhere, which makes sense. You know, you're in a war, so.
Judging by these installations, Leon's network seems particularly well organized. Pity the same can't be said for all the resistance networks the Foreign Office deals with.
I guess so. Gets a little complicated.
May I?
Yeah, let's take a look. Oh, there's all his pictures.
Lenny and the Gorun seemed close. It's nice that she's found a friend. Not that Herr Gustav lacked affection for her, but she spent too much time alone in that refuge.
Yeah, you know. I like being alone as much as the next guy, but you do need something every once in a while that's not just yourself.
True brothers and sisters in arms. You can sense that the three of them stand together as one. The Gorun described Leon as his brother. They must have shared lots of adventures together since Leon saved him from the clutches of Herberger.
Whatever happened to that guy anyway? Or not
Your
Burger.
drawings are beautiful.
For you, Dana Rose.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Ludwig. It's almost as if you were there with us that night.
Leon told me.
Did he speak about me?
All the time.
I should go now. Talk to you later, Mr. Ludwig. Oh, it looks like Leon and me in this drawing. The Gorun must have drawn it from Leon's accounts of us.
Yeah, I know Mr. Berger died. I was thinking of the other guy that was part of the expedition, but we don't even know what happened to him, so. Oh yeah, I forgot about the diary stuff. I've raised the subject with my superiors who invariably keep saying that they are waiting for the right opportunity, so, okay, that's the same. June 20th, 1944. Dear Diary, not long before I embark on my mission, so I taught, okay. Thought, I think that's supposed to be thought. I saw, yeah, because there's no H there, though. I thought I jotted down, so a few I taught I jotted down a few thoughts, okay, whatever, to try and unwind a little. It's been a few months now that I first found out that Leon is alive, and yet I can still hardly believe it's true. Anyway, tomorrow I'll be dropping over the mountains of Wagen. I'll be joining Leon and his resistance groups at the Silver Spiegel Refuge. Funny, that's exactly where we first met, where it all began between us. Herr Gustav will have left, and the place will have been abandoned, only being used as an outpost for the local resistance groups. I thought I ought to feel nervous because of the airdrop, but that's not what worries me at all. Actually, I'm feeling anxious because of the reunion with Leon. Will you remember me? I know that London has informed him I'm the one who's been mandated to supervise the mission, but there's no way of knowing how Leon feels about it. Will he still love me? Should I talk about Anna? Or should I spare him the pain of knowing about that awful tragedy? I'd better get some sleep, and I need to keep focused on the mission. The civilian I have to escort into Switzerland is essential to the war effort, and therefore to the struggle against the Brown Shadow. That's what I need to be thinking about right now. Not about Leon, but all the same. Leon, after all this time. And what if? Yeah, it's sad what war can do to people. And what it does to just those.
Looks like the Gorun must be a nightmare for the Brown Shadow. He must be the super resistant I heard so much about in London.
Super resistant. Have we seen this man?
If this propaganda against the resistance fighters is anything to go by, the Brown Shadow must be pretty desperate.
Another terrorist sabotage perpetrated by the White Army. White Army.
Harold Exner. A scientist with vital information for the war effort, according to the Foreign Office. His cover has recently been blown, which has led to this operation. Better not say anything during the briefing, but apparently Exner has a reputation for being rather hot-headed.
He is a scientist, so.
The refuge. The place where it all began between me and Leon.
Yeah, here's a map.
Switzerland. The package will be safe over there. We'll need to cross Devil's Pass with the package in order to reach Switzerland. They say it's not the most daunting pass, but still, you need to be escorted by a professional alpinist.
They know what they're doing. They can live in a random country for 5-6 years. So
The refuge. It'll be the departure point for our expedition into Switzerland tomorrow.
alright. Yep.
An arms stash. Since the departure of Herr Gustav, resistance fighters have been using this place as an outpost. The Allies are unable to send enough supplies to the resistance fighters for them to completely let go of their good old-fashioned methods.
Well, that's what makes them them, right?
Shouldn't think the Brown Shadow appreciate Leon and his group throwing their own grenades at them.
Well, that's a common tactic. Use their own weapons against them. You know, fight fire with fire type of thing. So. And there's more of the radio. But we'll talk to everyone before we do that, so. Because, yeah, talk to your allies before using the radio. We only have to talk to 4 people to do that. You can't talk to everyone, interestingly enough, before worrying about the radio. We do want to... Lenny is one of the ones we do want to talk to, though, because if you did the... well, I'll talk about that when we talk to her.
There's a storm brewing. Darn it. I hope it doesn't break until we're through Devil's Pass in the morning.
Funny how a game has mature themes and they still say darn it instead of damn it. Like, what? Really? I don't know, it just seems odd. There's the symbol for Gustav. No dialogue, just looking. Okay. Let's introspect. It's been a hot minute.
We'll have to cross that tomorrow. It's daunting. Not because of the crossing, though. Leon knows it like the back of his hand. No, because of what will happen between us afterwards. I know I'll have to face the fact that London won't let me stay with him once we've escorted the civilian into Switzerland. And Leon would never accept to leave his men and follow me to London as long as the war's still raging. Once again, everything seems to be against us. But at least I've seen him. At least I know he still loves me. And we'll have plenty of time to catch up when we'll leave for Baltayar after the war. So, best not dwell. I'll have all day tomorrow to feel sorry for myself.
You can feel sorry for yourself all day long, but it won't get you anything. It's time for actions. Satisfaction. Alright, I think we've seen everything, so the different game wrinkles. Yep, sorry, life just doesn't want you to have a standard happy life there, Dana, apparently. Well, that wouldn't make for very good drama, now would it? Alright, let's go talk to Lenny, so... That way we can get the achievement that we set up for so long ago, if you do things properly.
Lenny!
What do you want?
I don't know, we just wanted to talk, I guess.
It's amazing how you've grown. How have you been since last time?
Fine, I guess.
Okay, why the cold shoulder, lady?
I found out that the refuge was closed down by the Brown Shadow a few years ago. Turns out your network did the best of it. But what about Herr Gustav? Is he...
Dead? No, he's not dead. Although, for me, he might just as well be.
It's quite incredible when I think of you and Leon fighting alongside someone who comes from so far away.
Yeah. After Leon saved him during the expedition in Baltayar, Mr. Ludwig's tribe took him in during the winter months. They became inseparable, like brothers. So much so that Mr. Ludwig insisted on coming back here with Leon. Now he's our most ferocious fighter, the terror of the Brown Shadow.
See you later, Lenny.
Dana, wait.
What is it?
Do you remember when you worked for my old man, and you caught me playing with Junta's equipment?
Rings a bell, yes?
Why? Why did you tell her about it, when you promised you wouldn't?
Oh,
You said we were friends. Well, it got me into a whole load of trouble, you know? I was just a bored kid messing about.
Really? After all this time, you're still hung up about that? Talk about a person who never grew up, you know? So, yeah, that's annoying, but that's something that's just like a... You're in a war and all this. It goes to show you this girl never really grew up. But anyway, this is the betrayal thing. So if you didn't hold her secret, she brings this up way later. So you have to justify yourself to get the achievement. If you say everything else, deny it, or say sorry, then you don't get the achievement for the betrayal. So all that work for nothing if you make the wrong decision. So this is what you say for the achievement. So as far as I'm aware of, it saves almost afterwards. So there's really no way to you could probably maybe manipulate some stuff to get the dialogue and reset it fast enough. But anyway, say justify yourself.
I understand it can't have been nice for you, Lenny, but it didn't seem right to lie to Junta when she brought it up.
So you can denounce a friend, to right a wrong then? Is that what you're saying?
I suppose so. But all that was in the past, Lenny. Kid stuff. What's the point of digging it up now, especially with everything that's going on nowadays?
If you say so.
See you later. All right?
Yeah, see, Lenny just didn't grow up. So otherwise, who would keep that on their head the whole time?
You should go, Dana. Everyone is counting on you.
But anyway, yeah, that would get you the achievement. So
Is everything all right, Herr Exner? You seem a little upset. If it's about your exfiltration tomorrow, I can assure you there's nothing to be worried about. Leon is the best for...
I couldn't care less about tomorrow.
So what is it then?
It's my wife, Andrea. It's like I said to your goons there. I can't leave without her.
Your wife? I'm sorry, Herr Exner, but we have no orders regarding...
I don't care about your orders. I'm not leaving without Andrea. Do you hear me? I won't. You think I'm a bastard, don't you? A selfish bastard ready to risk people's lives to recover the woman he loves. That's what you all think, isn't it?
oh yeah.
Up to now, you haven't exactly shown us your best side, have you? If you had, we might have had a better opinion of you.
I take full responsibility for my actions, and I expect no pity in return. But would a little understanding be too much to ask? I mean, what would you do in my shoes? What would you do if they asked you to abandon that alpinist you seem to be so fond of for the common good, eh? Because that's what you're asking me to do with Andrea.
Yeah, how the shoes have turned. Oh, wait.
If I were in your shoes, I would put the common good first, even if I had to make a tough choice.
Oh, of course you would.
Well, everyone seems all right, more or less. I should get back to the radio now.
Have you called London yet?
Yeah, okay, anyway. Anyway, we get the secondary objective for talking to everyone. See if there's any dialogue from this.
I read Leon's network uses the old caves over there to escape from the Brown Shadow. That's smart.
That's smart. No, nothing there. Oh, come on.
The sky's darkening. Doesn't bode well. Let's just hope it'll clear up by the morning.
Everything will clear up tomorrow. You bet your bottom dollar. It'll clear up tomorrow.
Devil's Pass. Once we've crossed it, getting into Switzerland shouldn't be a problem.
Oh, of course not. It's always easy to get into Switzerland. That's why everyone's done it all the time. Alright, nothing there. We don't have to check this. I'm just doing this for completion's sakes. No cap or money on this thing. Okay, let's go fix the radio. Alright, first of all, we need to go back upstairs into the attic to grab the items. Probably could have got it before, but I want to make sure to get everything before I started messing with that. Yeah, it should be over here.
Herr Gustav's old radio. I remember we spent many an evening listening to serials when I worked here that summer. This is the transmitter Herr Gustav told me he'd cobbled together to compensate for the wave disturbance caused by the mountains. Should be able to use it for my own radio to contact London.
Aha! The Vauldemare antenna.
Once this antenna is connected, there must be a way to open it. There must be something else I can plug into it.
Oh. Interesting. Wait. Alright. Add to our inventory. So now back downstairs to the radio. Although I probably should set it up to where it's actually... Where are you again? There we go. Yeah, we need to set it to the 4-pin one. So we can actually use it on the radio. Man, weird how Vauldemare technology just seems to work with everything. Guess the guy truly was a genius. And then he wanted to find out about chasing down mammoths. Okay. Well, he was eccentric, am I right? Oh, do you have anything else to say? Oh, right, he just has to...
Leon talks about you all the time.
Well, I'm glad they had a relationship like that. Too bad it's about to blow up.
This part of the radio is used to receive messages.
Yeah, now we
I
have to...
need my documents so I can find the right setting. They're in a side pocket of my bag. This part of the radio is used to transmit messages.
Okay. There's our notes. This will give us the clue to, for the transmission parts. Top secret. Please follow the procedures below to contact your liaison officer. To obtain the safety frequency, decipher the contact code below. Please see the attached appendices. 2111.12.121.21. Set the resulting safety frequency on receiver part of your device. Your liaison officer will then communicate on the receiver part of your device a new transmission frequency to your decipher. Set this new transmission frequency on the sender part of your device. Use the handset of your device to reach the liaison officer. Alright. And there's the top secret. In order to send a message using the radio, please use the corresponding table below. The receipt of the letter will receive their code at the frequency table by the contact code. Frequency, kilohertz. Code, frequency, kilohertz. Seek 6, Bath 76, Fair 61, Reed 77, Lead 62, Life 79, WF 65, Fate 8, Tears 67, Fail 82, Barn 69, Peak 84, Leaf 71, Steel 88, Bark 73, and Corn 9. And then finally this. And there's the Morse code for everything. Document establishing correspondence between the Latin alphabet and Morse code. So, period dash for A, dash period 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 B. C is slash period, D is slash period period, E is period, F period period slash period, or I guess under slash, but anyway. G slash period, H period 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 period, or dot dot dot, or or a a long type of thing. But anyway. I dot dot J dot slash K slash dot slash L dot slash L dot dot M slash N slash period O slash P period slash period or dot Q slash dot slash R period or dot slash dot S dot 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 T slash U dot dot slash V dot 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 slash W dot slash X slash dot dot slash Y slash dot slash and Z slash dot dot. Okay. Alright, so now we need to get this thing working as well. Not just doing all this. Let's see what's over here.
Empty.
Why did they let's check it then? Anyway. Yep, there's the... Man, isn't that a bad sign to have everything based off of, like, one set of technology, though?
Nothing. I should turn the radio on first.
Well, just in case if you need to fix it, you have alternate means that it's not just you have to use this specific key to fix everything. I don't know.
Maybe Herr Gustav's homemade radio is still around here somewhere.
We already grabbed that. Yeah, you'd use the Vorarlberg antenna.
That should boost the signal.
Perfect.
Ta-da. Turn that sucker on. Oh, whoops. There we go. There it is. He has to put a sign on everything, by the way.
Nothing. I should turn the radio on first.
Alright, let's turn it on. Okay, so now we have to set the code here for the top. Should be around. I think it's about right there, I think. Okay. Oh wait, no, never mind. This one is a bit lower. Has to be like on 7 or something like that.
This part of the radio is used to receive messages.
Alright, then go down this one. Then we have to move this one over to like right before 8, I believe.
This part of the radio is used to transmit messages.
Then I turn this one on. Okay, I think that's it. Because basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to send it to 6-9 is the code we're supposed to send in. I don't know if we're... I guess that's close to 6-9. Yeah. Let's see. And then, yeah, I think the bottom one should be set. Because we're supposed to set it to... So yeah, we're supposed to set the receiver to 6-9, and then we'll be given a Morse code message, which is what's beeping there. We're supposed to figure that out. So, and it basically says peak is what it's doing if you pay attention to the whole code. So, and then obviously we've already set it to the 8-4 on that, and then after doing that, we listen to the receiver.
London, come in. London, do you read me? Over. We've made contact. Package safe and sound. I repeat, we've made contact. Package...
Out of the question!
I'm not moving from here without her!
London, please wait a moment. Over. What's going on?
You tell London I'm not leaving without my wife.
Herr X, now listen,
No, you listen. Andrea is my closest collaborator. With regard to the Allied war effort, she is just as important as me. She is in Wagen as I speak, hiding at some friend's place under a false identity. You must bring her here and smuggle her into Switzerland with me.
There's no way we're going back to Wagen. Brown Shadow troops have overrun the entire town. We can't risk delaying our departure.
A storm coming. Danger.
I'm not moving from here without her.
London, did you hear that? Roger that. Over and out. They say we can't allow Frau Exner to be captured and risk her letting the cat out of the bag.
What are you waiting for then? Send someone to fetch her.
Hang on. You're not asking me to...
Sorry, Lenny, we haven't got a choice. Ludwig can't go about in public in Wagen, and I have to prepare everything to get them through Devil's Pass tomorrow. You're the only one I trust enough to...
Why can't she go?
Well, yeah, you're just being jelly there, Lenny, but,
I understand you're angry, Lenny, but that's not in my orders. My mission consists of protecting Herr Exner at all cost. I can't just leave him here and go off to Wagen.
Dana's right, Lenny. And besides, it's too dangerous.
Leon!
All right, then. I'll go.
Lenny, wait!
Leon's reaction and his unconditional love for Dana drove me mad with rage. So I decided to take my revenge by making a detour. It was a detour I would regret for the rest of my life.
What did you do?
I made a deal with the devil. No one was supposed to have gotten hurt, I promise. I promise, Fräulein. I just didn't want Leon to leave me forever. To leave with her. But it was a fool's bargain, as I should have known from the beginning.
Becomes impassable!
Go through the pass in this weather, are you mad?
We have no choice, Lenny! It's that or fall into the hands of the Brown Shadow! And we both know what that means! We ought to stay, to buy Leon as much time as we can!
Leon,
She's right, Lenny! Now go! Go! Come! Dana!
No, don't make this harder than it is!
Dana!
I love you, Leon.
I love you too, Dana, more than anything in the world. Come on, let's go!
Ironic, isn't it? But the worst was yet to come. Who knows how long we fought? Enough for Leon to lead the civilians to the foot of Devil's Path. Ludwig has been searching for Leon's remains since then. But it took the thaw due to global warming to uncover the bodies. And with them, my crime. Precisely when you decided to show up, Fräulein.
Lenny.
Dear Ludwig, can you ever for...
Mr. Ludwig, please!
Don't, Fräulein. I deserve this. Let's get this over with, Fräulein. Let me tell you about the last time I ever saw Dana, and then I'll be done.
Okay, I'm listening.
It was a year after Leon died, just after the liberation of Vagan.
Now, finally, the cat's out of the bag. Lenny was a betrayer, But she did suffer for it. She lost the use of her legs and other such things, so... But can you ever truly be forgiven for such things? But anyway, let's go meet Lenny one last time as Dana. But let's meet some old friends. Quote unquote. At least in this case, anyway.
The little Vagaran scourge. Still clinging on like fleas on a rat, I see. Oh, I was so disappointed I didn't bump into you when we sacked your parents' house. Before we threw them in the Dombra River.
Yeah, I was about to say, this guy's gonna get put on trial and hung or whatever, so... I pity you, leave without a word. Yeah.
I just wanted you to know I'll be thinking of you when you swing from a rope.
Run, rabbit! Run! 'Cause we'll soon be back to finish off scum like you!
What would modern day Brown Shadow be like? You know, Neo Brown Shadows? Alright, one more guy we can talk to. Oh yeah, the good doctor that saved Leon. Or helped save Leon.
Hezawa?
Oh, Fräulein Dana.
What are you doing here?
Well, unlike my former colleagues of the Origin expedition, I refused to be hired by the Allies. So, by the same chalk, I turned down immunity.
Why would you do that?
Well, all I've ever wanted to do in life is to carry out my anthropological research. But if there's one thing I learned in Baltayar, it's that it can't be done by serving the designs of this or that superpower. Not even momentarily. I've had enough of prostituting science. So, I've given myself up to be judged for accepting to be financed by the Brown Shadow.
I see.
I'm sorry about Leon, Fräulein Dana. I know you were close. He, used to talk about you all the time. I'm sorry. I was rather harsh toward him last time we met. He was a good man. I miss him. His integrity.
I miss him too.
Well, I mean, he did save Leon, so I think he's got to be forgiven in some instances.
Hezawa?
Yes, Fräulein Dana?
Thank you for passing Leon's letter on to me about what happened in Baltayar like you promised you would, despite your own grief. It's proof that you're a man of honor. I wish you well now.
Alright, let's check over here. Read this. Vagan, I'm not gonna read all that. Vagan Freed, or I'm not gonna try to read in a different language, is what I meant. Vagan Freed. Vagan patriots smashed Brown Shadow and host Osterhall flag over the city. Osterhall patriots rebelled against their Brown Shadow conquerors and liberated their capital city of Vagan today. As a massive allied army gathered at the city gates, thousands of besieged partisans stormed Brown Shadow barricades, overpowered the enemy garrisons, and hosted the Osterhall flag victoriously over the city. The latest word to the headquarters was that the Allied troops had joined Vagan patriots on the musical square in the heart of the capital after bitter fighting with Brown Shadow and Vagan collaborationist militiamen. In the extraordinary speech, one Soviet major took the stage among the automatons of the square. He said, "This great day of liberation would not have happened without the continued war effort of so many, notably of one Soviet factory in the industry city of Kolmazgrad. Situated between Ukraine and Kazakhstan, this factory has been able to maintain its activity of extraction and refinement of heavy metals thanks to its workforce of automatons." The major added, "It is a fitting conclusion that the very creator of the factory of automatons also created this musical square in which we stand today as free citizens of the world. His name was Hans Rohrberg." The vegan video confirmed late tonight that the Austral capital has been liberated and that the Brown Shadow Commander-in-Chief has signed an unconditional surrender. Oh yeah, and obviously the good doctor thinking about the whole not to be politicized science. I think that's how science should be. It should be neutral. It should only be the facts and learning about the facts, and not dictated by certain morals or personal opinion. But unfortunately, a lot of scientists are human, so they end up getting influenced by that, which is sad. But we are human. Unofficial report. My captain, I am writing to inform you of a troubling incident. Do you remember the prisoners the Reds handed us before they left? A red-headed chatty, an official party artist. She was supposed to go before the military court yesterday for all the propaganda work she did for the Brown Shadow. However, as I prepared to bring her there, a high officer, a Brit, called me over. He said we had the wrong person and ordered me to release her. Since he is of a much higher rank, I obeyed, but has since left a bitter taste in my mouth. The Reds were absolutely certain she was guilty, and unsurprisingly, she has vanished since the British officer convinced me to release her. Do you think I have enough of a case to file a report with the military police? I look forward to your wisdom and advice in this matter. Humbly yours, Sergeant Scott Curtis. Yeah, that's the problem with being an agent or a spy. You have to keep a lot of that stuff secret even from your own allies. Yeah, lovely. Everyone's getting processed and all that fun stuff.
Since the liberation, everyone in Vagen seems to be looking for someone.
Yeah. And there's the man himself who ended up being a sympathizer. We thought he was the jolly old man, but no.
Goodness me, it's you, Dana.
Herr Gustav?
I wish it was still a music academy, eh? Allied HQ now, you know?
Yes.
I just visited Lenny.
That's why I've come too. I wanted to see her before I leave. How is she?
Surviving, I suppose. The Allies are taking care of her here in the infirmary. Thank goodness. Special treatment for her exploits in the Resistance. But it's unlikely she'll ever walk again now.
I'm so sorry for what happened to her. I let Leon die alone, and I couldn't even help Lenny when she got hit during the assault on the refuge.
I understand you, my lovely. I do. But don't blame yourself, eh? Regrets, we all have a few. And some more than others. Especially in times of war, Dana. It's the way of the world. We just have to move on best we can. Maybe if we could all just let the water flow under the bridge, the swans will come back and we'll all be able to live together again. Like we used to.
Would be good, if it's at all possible. And Lenny?
I promise to take good care of her. For the rest of my life. I lost my little girl once. I'm not losing her again. I'll take up my job at the refuge. And I'll adapt it to her handicap. See?
That's nice.
Is everything okay, Dana?
Yeah, what were you doing during this whole thing?
Where were you during the occupation? Lenny never mentioned it.
If you want to know, I was cleared by the military court, Dana. It might well have something to do with the fact that I'm the father of a heroine. But all the same, I was cleared of any wrongdoing, you see.
Oh, I see. I see very well, Herr Gustav. You have a good day now.
That's it. I'm definitely done with everybody here. I should go and talk to Lenny in the infirmary now.
Yeah, the problem with a lot of people is they believe they had no choice to fight, so otherwise it was either that or die, so not everyone can do it, so.
I'm glad we met, despite it all.
It's hard to say, hard to blame people when, you know, would you do the same? Would you join this group just so you wouldn't get killed, or would you fight back? Who knows?
What now?
Yeah. Alright, let's go see Lenny and close this off. Yeah, Lenny's probably just as bad, because she started off good but then betrayed us. At least Gustav just joined because the war effort was turning against everyone, so he joined so he wouldn't get hurt. But she was part of that group, so I find her the worst offender. Nah, we're done with it. If you want to explore it, but there's nothing else to do, so.
Hello, Lenny. I have to leave, Lenny. Every new day in Wagen is like another agony for me since Leon died. I can't face being here anymore. Not now that the town is freed. So, I've decided to leave for America. I'm going to try to start life over. I don't know if I'll do any better in the United States, but I'll have more of a chance of getting by there than here. I'm not abandoning you, Lenny. Ludwig's staying to help you find Leon's body in the mountain. And I'll write to you, often. I won't forget you. I'm so sorry.
So Dana, she never knew what you did?
Indeed.
So did she write to you like she promised? From the United States?
Yes, she did. For the next 40 years.
She's still alive then?
Can't say for sure, but there's a good chance.
Can you explain?
No. I've had enough of explaining. Explaining to myself. All I want now is to find some peace, far away from guilt and loneliness. I'm going to rest now.
Well, you know, I should just leave and not have her forgive herself, but she did have 40 years of going over all this stuff, so I guess at some point we just have to kind of just accept what it is and everything like that, so. Alright, let's just leave. Time to forgive yourself.
It's not too late to forgive yourself.
Wouldn't know how, even if I wanted to.
You won't know until you try.
Thank you, Fräulein. You'll find the last letter I received from Dana in my automaton. It will give you the answers you're looking for.
Thank you.
All right, well, will this letter really give us the answers we're looking for? What last set of clues do we need to find out who Dana is true, like where her identity is and how she ties into Kate and why she has the bird that sings the song of Vagan upon her? We'll find out all the answers and more in the finale of Syberia, the World Before. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.